Okay, we are live. Right, I'm not sure if anyone's here at the moment. I suspect probably not. We can just wait a few minutes if you like. Meanwhile, I can just ramble on for a few minutes. So we're getting some nice price action at the moment. That's pretty cool. Right. Oh, hang on. I'm getting my
That was
audio
me.
coming back to me.
Yeah,
That's
I've been disruptive.
That's right. Okay, so I'll just do a intro for the sake of anyone watching this on the replay and anyone who just happened to be there. I think there's one person there, but that might be you, Maff. Anyway, so my name's Save with Crypto. I'm from the YouTube channel called Save with Crypto. I am here with Maff. Maff is an amazing coder and friend, and he has helped create a monster which we call Quadzilla. It's a trading view indicator. You can see that on the screen here. Let me just show you what's going on here. So if I was to turn quads, oh, hang on. If I was to turn quad, bloody hell. Right, let me just save that. Okay, so if I was to turn the indicator off, you would see it look like that, and with it on, it provides this momentum oscillator down here, so we can see if the asset is overbought or oversold. And up here in the top chart, it shows some EMAs, and it shows some really cool things like these retracement levels, and a few other little things like that. So I'm gonna just hand over the mic to Maff, and I'll see if he wants to share his screen. Just before I do that though, I just want to show you how well this has worked. Looking at, say, like the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame here, the kind of thing we're looking for those turning points, where the price reverses. The kind of thing we're looking for is these green backgrounds down here. So you can see what happens here. This thing we call the convergence band, which is made out of 4 different stochastic stochastic lines, if you like. These create this band here. When it goes below this 20% mark here, wonderful things start to happen, like you get these green backgrounds here. Now this big fat green background there is a pretty good sign that might have been a bottom, and I think that's probably why we're seeing a bit of a pump right now. Okay, so I am gonna hand over to Maff. Hello there, how you doing?
Hey, good, thanks. Yeah, how about you?
I'm great, actually. Just wondering if we've got. I think. Oh, we've got 4 people watching. Okay, that's
progress.
It's better than nobody. Shall I do the usual thing where we just don't have any avatars, and then we can pick our noses and whatever we want to do, and
the usual things to pick away. That sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, so I believe you've got a few things to talk about. Just before you do, have you got any comments on what's going on right now?
Yes, I think I need to open the window. I suddenly realised it's very stuffy in here.
Okay.
But in terms of the market, it is really a question of just has the market actually bottomed? Just based on what in fact, really based on what you were showing. I think you're on the 4-hour.
I'm on the 4 at the moment. Yeah, I mean the 1 hour. I mean, what I'd like to see sooner rather than later is probably these EMAs. This yellow one is a 21 EMA. The green one's a 55 EMA. And I'd like to see these cross bullish, like for example, what happened there. You see. Because it's pretty much been bearish since Thursday. Well, that's quite a long time, in about a week or so. So I would love to see that happen. I mean, generally what I do, I tend to look at lower time frames and, get and just start to think, is it aiming for that? And it's getting close on the 30-minute, but not quite. But I'm hoping this is a bit of a turnaround. I must admit, I was expecting it to go a little bit lower, down to about like 110, 106, something like that. So it hasn't quite gone deep enough to make me completely happy, but nevertheless, I'm happy. I'm actually happy because I'm in an Ethereum long, actually, which is looking great at the moment. So actually, what I'm going to do,
Ethereum is really that drops quite a lot. I mean, it looks like it's recovering nicely at the moment.
Yeah, if I just flip over to Ethereum, actually.
And on the 4 hour, there is a slightly ominous looking retracement level down at 3696.
Is there really?
3698. Yeah, I was about to say I can't see it coming down to there, but
hang on.
Just
I think I've got too many tabs.
I wouldn't put it past the market, I think.
Oh, I see that one there. Oh no.
You're on the 4 hour, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's a scary retracement level there.
Okay, right. Bearing that in mind, I might hand the screen over to you, and I might just go and just look at my trade and maybe put the stop loss up to well in profit. Let me do that anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm going to remove my chart and then add yours.
Sure.
Okay.
Looking at the same thing, pretty much. So Ethereum on the 4 hour.
Okay.
So I guess you entered a ETH long, didn't you? So what level did you enter at?
I'm just going to have a look actually, because I forgot.
So I think that this is the retracement level I was talking about. The one down there. That is just do that. It's fairly. So it seems quite long term, doesn't it? It doesn't seem like something is just going to suddenly start dropping down towards. I mean that candle at the moment, the bullish candle, is looking pretty strong. I'd say there's a chance it might. In fact, I think that retracement level there has already happened. What we've got here is fair value gaps, and that looks like it's probably an order block, I think, just there. So it's working its way up through this. What you can see in that red background there, that through that liquidity, kind of chomping its way up through that, and then it might well just shoot up to this level here, this 4.4 to 4.5 ish. As I say, that level's played out, so I think that we're doing it down. Except I think that already happened. To be honest, it wicked down during that 4 hour. So yeah, interesting to see how that works out. I guess if we go to the 1 hour, then so I should add that what I've also got showing in line with Quadzilla, because they do seem to work very nicely together, is this super order block and blah 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 tools indicator. So just showing the order blocks and fair value gaps in among this as well. Just remind myself what I got. Okay, yeah. So it's showing order blocks. If I switch on fair value gaps and maybe the structure breaking as well, that shows up. The structure breaking fair value gap show up in blue just to stand out a bit. These are my own colours that I set on it, so they're not the defaults. But on here, so this is on the 1 hour. I think maybe they're more. I don't know if those are particularly showing anything very useful there at the moment. But what we could show, if I'll jump back to the 4 hour for a second. Maybe if we draw in some lines. Oops.
Sorry, that was me.
That's me. Went wrong. Let's reset. Yeah. So on here, what have we got in terms of price structure? I mean, there is kind of some liquidity there, isn't there? That can maybe go in, is it? That sort of thing. I don't know how effective that is, or how valid for that matter. Maybe also if you kind of potentially see the price commit there and reacting in some way there. There, it's like it's sort of reacting with the level at the moment, isn't it? Just on where it currently is. Of course, we've got some slightly bearish occurrences happening on the EMA trends. That was some time back, so maybe it's now actually in the process of recovering from that. So that I think that happened, didn't it? That cross under the bearish cross. That happened, and now it's come back from it. It seems, because this is certainly on its way back up. In terms of the momentum.
Yeah. Sorry, what time frame's that?
4 hour.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I was thinking if I drew in some levels on here, and then we can zip down to the lower time frames and get an idea from those. Then.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe that was a bit.
So just to interrupt slightly, sure. Cyprian. Hi there. By the way, nice to see you back. Back in the Telegram and all that. It's cool. My thoughts on ZoidPay. I'm not going to talk about it on YouTube, to be honest, because I seem to have made myself quite unpopular with the team. So I'm not going to say anything publicly about ZoidPay, but I'm quite happy to have a chat in the Telegram group about it. I'm well, there's probably not a lot I can say at the moment, but we'll find out when we have the AMA next week. And it's disappointing. Let's say that. And Firewatch 999, hello.
Without inviting you to comment further on it, that speaks volumes. Not wanting to talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. Right. I'll probably drop myself in it again now.
Yeah, it's like you can't win, really.
No, not really.
Except I love ZoidPay. I remember getting some free, sort of airdrop, I suppose, on X Exchange when because it was on like Elrond and all that. So I did get a bunch of free ZoidPay back at the time. But
was that the old meta bonding thing? Was it meta?
Yeah.
What was it called? Yeah, back in the glorious days when I thought it was going to be amazing, and now I don't know. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there's still, there's still hope for them. I think I suppose it depends. But yeah, that definitely sounds like one from the Telegram chat, I would think.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, I don't know what to say really. I don't know what to say without making myself even more unpopular. So we'll keep that one fairly private.
Yeah. Do I draw one in there? Is that kind of valid? I suppose it is. It's the bottom of that range, isn't it? And the touch points all along, so that's obviously valid in some way. It's also just looking at kind of anywhere where there's kind of order blocks building, where there's liquidity, but there's not much of that. Oh, I don't have the order blocks or fair value gap on my inputs list.
It is a different indicator.
Yeah, it's just an indicator. So it's where's info?
It's not part of Quadzilla. It's
it's essentially this. We're shilling other people's indicators at the moment. But it's super order block / FEG BOS tools by Maku Chaku and FE. I have to say all that quite carefully. So I just find it quite good. It just because order blocks and fair value gaps, you can usually you can just kind of see them anyway on a chart, but just having something that just draws them in automatically. It's quite useful.
Yeah.
So what I tend to do is just have it switched on for a little while, and then just switch it off again because it does obscure things a bit. So yeah, what I've done with that then, I've just drawn out these particular levels, and I think that's actually quite nice. And I didn't even really think about that. So that's probably a block of orders, sort of like some institution with their block orders just kind of built up there, and obviously that's kind of built it, that kind of wick down into that zone as well. So that's probably going to continue to be significant if when the price comes back down to there. In terms of what it's going up towards, there's obviously that area, which hopefully it'll just, because it's breaking through this level here at the moment, isn't it? Working its way, and it will. Oh, is it? Go away. Yeah, it's better. So yeah, so it's kind of doing. Where was I? Oh. Yeah, so this level, if it breaks through up into there, then I think we're it's fairly clear skies at least up until there. 4349 ish, 4350, and then above there, and so on up. Hopefully, just keep on to it. But if I drop down to progressively lower time frames here, say the 1 hour, so in this one we've got that. Interestingly, yeah, okay, so that retracement level ties in quite nicely with that line that drew in. So suggesting that there's liquidity there. So this would it. So kind of the price for that retracement line, the price came down, stayed down, and now it's kind of working its way back up to there, and hopefully at that point we'll just kind of well, I suppose that those are probably sell orders just there. So it might come up to that level, which is what 4459, and maybe bounce off that, and then maybe come back up for a second attempt. So it's
well, that would make me very happy. My entry price was 4234, so not too bad.
Okay, 434. Okay, yeah, nicely in profit. Well,
Yeah.
in profit at least.
Yeah,
Which is always nice.
Yeah, about 11%, $459. There you go.
Very nice. I wouldn't sneeze at that. Not that you were. So okay, yeah. So that's that. I guess it could drop down to sort of 30-minute, then the 12, and then so. But at this stage, I guess I don't know. You definitely get a clearer picture of things on the higher time frames.
Yeah.
Let's say. This one similarly, you can kind of see a bit more zoomed in because it was trying to get through that line that we were talking about just now, and then it's also just bounced away from that one at the moment. So staying in that zone, it may, I think, because of its interaction, it was kind of resistance over there. There's some liquidity that built there, and that's a fairly classic-ish. It's almost a classic bearish order block, just that bit there. So the orders were kind of building, came down, dipped back into that again, and I need to sort out the notifications.
I've actually not been.
Sorry, go on. Yeah.
I've actually not been paying attention at all. Actually, where do them lines come from?
Should just start the live stream again.
No, sorry, it's me. I was just like sorting some things out and then tweeting and all
that.
that.
Typing away in Telegram.
Yeah.
I'm just going to drink some coffee. One second.
Okay. So, did you put those in manually by looking at. I'm just trying to work out what you did.
Yeah. So I basically went up to the 4-hour, and then on this I was just kind of drawing them in. So each one is it is a ray, isn't it? Just horizontal line, horizontal ray.
Horizontal lines,
Yeah, and it's based on kind of the pivot points, really. Partly that, but also kind of trying to base them around. It is switched off. Okay, I drew that in. Yeah, trying to base them around kind of areas of liquidity that are just clearly building up, like horizontally.
Okay, so you've been looking for like the closes of candle bodies where it changes direction, that kind of thing, and
yeah, exactly that kind of thing.
Lots of touch points and
yeah,
okay, right.
So like
All right.
Yeah, so you get the idea. Exactly that.
Sorry, that's what I thought. That's what I thought you'd done. It's just I wasn't paying attention.
That's right. I have that effect on people.
Well, I was thinking, do I just say nothing and then sort of like watch it all back and then just carry on the stream in blissful ignorance, or do I ask you and I'd admit that I wasn't paying attention? So I've gone for the latter.
It's always good to be upfront with such things. Sorry, I find that quite funny. So having done that on the 4-hour, I then dropped back down to the 1 hour and noticed nice correlations and things like here. That's obviously just been kind of, so you get like kind of some liquidity that's building up there. So kind of order block building, I suppose, ish there. Dipped down into this zone for a bit, came back up, stayed in that zone for a bit. It kind of dipped up into this. Dipped up? Can you dip up? Dip down? It poked up. It poked up into this zone here. Stayed there not for very long, just came down again. Then back in again. Maybe that particular zone wasn't very valid as a zone, but it's more that here that's very much there was some more liquidity building within it there. But here, so what I was talking about before was watching the Ethereum price just go up to, it was trying to push its way up through that level, because obviously it's touched on there before.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't manage it, popped back down, but so far it's stayed within this area here. It's looking like it should continue to do that. So, and then I was also just talking about that retracement level. Excuse me, sorry. That that essentially tied in quite nicely with this line that also drew in on the 4-hour. So what this suggests here is that there's probably some sell orders waiting just around there. So for this retracement level to form as a bearish level, the price, it did it sort of where it's begun its down up down. So it's done the down and down down down, and kind of coming back, working its way up for the up part of the down up down. So it might hit that, maybe go slightly above it, and then we might see the final down from that, but hopefully not too much. So within that, it might maybe bounce down to that, like 4364 ish. So it might work its way up, then back down to there-ish before carrying on up. So something like that.
Okay.
Possibility. Kind of, yeah, look at the momentum. It's kind of got a similar thing where converged there, obviously in the middle. That's very, very midpoint. So where it converged there, was kind of, it looked like that was going to cross down, and then both of them would be kind of dropping back down here. But in fact, it recovered, didn't it, on there?
It did,
and kind of leapt back up again, which is quite nice. So yeah, so from the 1 hour, if we then drop down to the 30 minutes, I guess this is quite a long time spent on Ethereum, but probably worth doing. I think it seems to be just where the interesting stuff is happening at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, Bitcoin leading us all towards the edge of the cliff aside, the actual interesting trades seem to be happening more on ETH and Sol and so on.
Okay.
But sort of seen, yeah. So on the 30-minute, it's doing a similar thing there, where it's just kind of bouncing within that level. Also, we kind of hope that it'll just come back up and work its way up to this level. Then maybe there could be another line there, then just kind of work its way back up to here before it comes down again.
Yeah, I've got to start marking my charts up like that, actually. Yeah, yours makes so much more sense than mine that's all naked.
I mean, what I do tend to find is that, having drawn all this in, I come back to the chart a bit later and I can't see a bloody thing, so I have to delete it all and start again. But that's probably a good thing, because it gets you kind of into the zone, doesn't it, drawing these out?
Yeah.
So this is kind of why I think I'm saying this as if I'd said it before, and I'm now backing it up, but I don't think I did say it before. But this is why I think that having an indicator that draws all of these in it would be defeating the object of it. I think, as part of this process is about just exploring the price structures and things, and just kind of getting into the moment, as it were.
Yeah, that's a different animal altogether, isn't it? It's like, I mean, I think Quadzilla is all about identifying trend and momentum, and finding those turning points, really finding bottoms and tops, which I think is like so valuable.
Yeah, definitely. It's hugely so.
Yeah. And then also this kind of retracement thing that we've you've stumbled across is just incredible.
Basically, stumbled across is probably about right, actually. I was just kind of noticing that seems to happen a bit. So coded that into the indicator, and then I was quite shocked. It's like literally that I have created a monster without having quite realised what I was doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I drop down there to the 12, just to get an idea for that. Actually, talking of, I mean, that played out quite nicely on that one. So that the bullish retracement level. So we saw the price going up, then down, then back up. So that's kind of perfect, really. So the idea with it is that once it starts to draw at that point where the arrowhead is, and it means that so you keep that level in mind while the price is coming back down. You could even set a short, set a short like from up here or wherever, and be fairly confident it's going to come down. Obviously, watch the trends as well. I think once they started to come round, and maybe when there's some confirmation on here as well, then you can get a short going and expect it to come down below that level. Then once it's below here, then you can set a trigger long. So when it comes back to this level, it's a confirmation, and it heads back up. So then you've got a bit of a long going on there. In this case, having drawn that line in, you would also have some idea that the price is probably going to maybe bounce off that level. So that might be a take profit for the long. In this particular case, what is it? I mean, yeah, 1.1%. So 10x of your 10% long. So yeah, and then the idea, I think, is just finding these and doing that sort of thing just over and over again.
Okay.
But putting these lines in, I find on the 4 hour or thereabouts, just, really does help. Should I drill down even further?
If you want to, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay. Heading down to the subatomic level.
Subnuclear.
Yeah. Yeah. What's going on there? Not very much. I suppose this. Yeah. So that played out strangely. I think that retrace, because that's a bullish retracement level, so you'd expect it to be up, down, up. To be honest, wow, yeah, okay, that was kind of good. But I think, did that work out? Yeah, it did. So because it went, it's still a strange one though, the way it took shape, but because it was only detected there as well. You've got to be honest about it. If it was detected over here, nice, but it's there, and I think it had kind of already played out really by the time it was detected. However, having that having drawn in while the price is down here would still be a good indication that it, the price is going to be very likely coming up this way, rather than down that way. And of course, the trend there very much supports that as well. So I think that this one was in response to the momentum based red background showing up. So it's absolutely. So they're both valid, but obviously just based on different things and therefore kind of different timescales. The trend being much more short term, and the momentum just kind of building up over a slightly more long term pattern. So yeah, interesting. So that's still. So having come down to this level, you can kind of get a better idea of how this is all played out between these different zones. So yeah, these zones, by the way, are very block pro, I should say. I don't want to just take credit for just throwing those in. That's very much a block pro thing. That he does that, and usually on the 4 hour, I think. So just shout out to block pro for that. But it is just so useful, and it does tie in with Quadzilla very nicely, drawing these in. So come on, just staring at that, thinking now, just willing that to come up to this level and break through. It's a vicarious thing. It's just like, because obviously I know you got that trade open on Ethereum at the moment, so kind of wanting that to work its way up.
Yeah, it did dip down a bit actually, and it's now only 9.6% in profit. So only $400 in profit at the moment. But yeah, I did go down to the 1 minute time frame actually, and there's there is a big retracement level that that one that I think is just I think that one there. I mean, in that circumstance, it's just that one didn't play out. Yeah, I mean that's.
Well, it depends. It's. I think if anything, that's probably still in play. It's just that, with the settings, that it just gives up drawing at that point. Right. So I think when that happens, you probably can still kind of view that as in play. I can maybe draw in. It's probably like, unpopular answer because you don't really want it to come down to that level. But let's make that green. And I missed. Let's see. Okay, So it still might, but I think it would have to work quite hard to get that down there. I mean, I can switch this on now as well. Does that tell us anything? It tells us that the chart's getting very colourful, but that's about it.
Okay.
So that's, it's kind of saying there's an order block that's built there. There's a fair value gap beneath it. There's nothing much in terms of fair value gaps or whatnots below. Well, apart from these, that suggests that there's liquidity down there. So it supports that line, I think, in that sense. It might well come back down to slurp up some of this, but because they're bullish, so it'll maybe wick down into these, if anything. Whoops.
Okay.
And come back up.
All right.
Okay, that's
pretty. That was actually really nice. So you don't fancy just doing the similar thing with Bitcoin, do you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let me just drink some more coffee just for a second, because I'm actually sort of fading a bit. I'm absolutely fine for the live stream, but
okay.
Yeah, the coffee's keeping me going.
Right, I'll try not to keep you up too long. So if anyone's got any questions about this, please do put them in the chat. The idea with these retracement levels is just something that came about as when we started looking at the way the EMAs that I've been talking about for months, the way the EMAs behaved when we started looking down at the red and green backgrounds in the actual momentum oscillator. So still at this stage, it is, I suppose, is it a little bit experimental? I suppose it is. I suppose, but it is a phenomena that we've noticed, and it does seem to give a really good idea of the way price goes. So yeah, I do appreciate, though, it could look a bit confusing if you'd not seen the indicator before. And I know, for example, Cyprian, I know you're quite new and you've only got hold of it today. So, if you have any questions, then please do ask away, and totally. we'll try to answer.
Yeah. Also, that very much goes for everyone watching. Any questions, just fire away. Or if you think anything of what I was doing here was dead wrong, absolutely, please comment on it. Get a spirited conversation going. Let's start arguing with the chat.
Yeah,
that's what TMG does, doesn't he?
I think so,
he gets triggered by what's going on in the chat, and it's right. I think he knows it's entertaining. So.
Yeah. Well, I think as of next week, I think we'll start simultaneously doing live streams on Twitter as well, I think, and hopefully we'll get more like rebels who we can argue with.
Yeah, they're quite a raw lot, aren't they? On Twitter.
What, them X people? Yes.
Yeah, X people. Yeah. They're a bunch of very nice people, I'd say. It's not piss them off too much before we've even begun on that way. So you come onto our territory. Yeah, should we go to the Bitcoin area chart thing?
That'd be great.
Oh yeah, okay. This is actually looking quite interesting. So if we go to, mind you, that's still on the 1 minute. So yeah, I guess if we go right up to 4 hour. Here's one I prepared earlier, but I'll actually delete all of that, I think. So, and yeah, okay. So let's start to draw these in a bit. I guess before we do that, let's have a quick look at. Actually, let me just exit from Telegram. Just stop that happening. Just for the timing. Yeah. So, excuse me. So on the 4 hour, yeah, these were the two bearish retracement levels that we were talking about. I mean, I think you mentioned in the video from this morning as well. So yeah, so we had that one, which so the bit bearish. So you very much expect the down, up, and in fact down. It eventually did. I mean, it kind of did there, to be honest. I think that's when it counts as. It's like down, up, then sharply back down. This one has kind of had the down, so of course it's going to come back up to that. It's going to have the up. I mean, that that could happen in 6 months' time. Then I could just scroll back this and say, see, but exactly as predicted 6 months later. But I think as part of this price structure, this market structure, I could see that happening. That it'll come back up to that. And as I was mentioning before, it might be like Saturday afternoon, it might be over the weekend, or even early into next week, because I mean the shape of that is similar. It's obviously gone a bit more steeply. So if this starts doing a similar thing, it's done a bit of a recovery there. But if it starts doing a similar thing there, then you could probably expect that to come up. Maybe around about there. When's that?
Yeah.
Oh, Wednesday. Oh God, maybe there. I don't want it to be Wednesday. Maybe come up very steep because it came down more steeply.
Yeah, I mean, when you mentioned that in the Telegram, you were talking about your 4.2% down, but then I was thinking about it this morning, and really, it's probably just going to come down to a similar level, isn't it? So the fact that it started higher, it's more like a little bit more than 4.2%, but it's only about 4.8, I think, if you sort of is what it actually comes down to. Maybe a little bit more now. It's had that dip this afternoon, but it's just down to the same kind of level again, isn't it? Really. So
pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's
not a surprise.
It's a higher high. Sorry, higher low, if anything.
Higher low, yeah, which is a bullish sign. So
I'll just
making a double bottom.
draw that in. Actually, it's kind of that, isn't it? Very slightly higher low.
Yeah.
Going wick to wick, obviously, on that. But what would it be on there from close to a bit nicer? Yeah. So yeah, let's draw some lines in. Yeah. So I think the percentage of that is probably a little bit misleading. But and also I think because this drop has been a lot steeper, especially that, just the initial plunge, kind of recovered, but then just plunged again. So I think with that in mind, we're probably a bit lucky that it didn't kind of drop down any further than that. So let's draw in some horizontal lines. Woo! And so should we come back a bit and where's that? 1, 2, 3. Start with the ambitious one. Oh, no! Actually, didn't even realize. Yeah, that there's a bit of that might be for no apparent reason, but correlation. There is that times or anything? Not really. But let's have a line there. I suppose maybe from the candle open just on there, it kind of ties in a bit.
Yeah.
Ish. There's maybe I suppose there. That seems to be an important level. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. It had that. So there. Yeah, there's a few touch points along the way. I mean, that even where it dropped down there, it obviously interacted with that level. And what about that one? Do you think maybe?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it ties in with that and further over. So but probably there ish. I think because those are such, and well, some of these as well, those are such significant wicks that I wonder if that even deserves to be a bit higher. But then it does tie in with those. Yeah, I don't know. Round that I could probably draw a box there maybe. That would also be quite valid, I think, because there's a bit of a liquidity range there that's probably causing that. Then what else we got? Do you think that? Yeah, that seems like it's probably going to be ties in there. Ish. Did I miss? Just completely miss all that.
I tell you what, I've been using the magnet thing for doing this, and I can never quite work out what it sticks to, but it seems to be all right actually.
Blink. Is it sticking? Is it just like glom on Ploink?
I'm really not sure what it actually goes for. I think it just goes for like lots of touch points, I think.
So when does it? So like if I do that, because I seem to remember it kind of like it suddenly goes like cloink. Yeah, it's cloinking, isn't it? Cloink, cloink.
Yeah,
it's not cloinking.
Takes a bit of getting used to, but I was actually watching Block. I was watching Block Pro use it, and I was thinking, oh yeah, maybe I should give that a go.
Yeah,
it's quite good how it sort of just snaps to like wicks and stuff like that, or bodies.
Yeah. Oh, it's doing it there. Okay, maybe it's because it wasn't doing it so much because my mouse cursor was just in the middle of nowhere. So I guess if I'm
anyway
over there, yeah, sorry.
Just a thought. That's all.
Yeah. I'll give that a go and just and see. So yeah, that probably that there as well, because it does kind of tone. There's definite orders that have been building up there, so that seems like it's going to be fairly significant. I mean, essentially that's kind of that sort of thing, potentially. Where else? I mean, similar thing there, to be honest. That's I don't know, could end up overdrawing on these things. I don't know if that, maybe not that. So, and then just within that sort of level. So yeah, obviously it's drawn in that retracement level there, but it is kind of tied into that as well. Oops, let's do it this way. Something like that. Where actually is the price? Oh, it's all the way down there. Okay.
So, yeah, might have got slightly ahead of ourselves there.
yeah, exactly. So, okay, so if I drop down to say the 1 hour from there, and what does that tell us? Not very much. It tells us that seems to be in a very sort of mid-range kind of area at the moment, and you can see it in the momentum as well in the oscillator.
Yeah.
That it's just kind of, so obviously the fast moving red oscillator is moving fast, as you'd hope, but so coming up very fast. But then the average of all four, the weighted average, kind of lumbering its way up as well. So I think by the time that's got up into overbought territory, you'd expect maybe this would be kind of all the way up here. It might get up into this zone. Excuse me. into this zone maybe, and that might by then have come out fairly sharply into this zone as well. So some ranging within that then, while this cools off, the momentum cools off, perhaps. And yeah, so it's interesting. So even just coming down to the 1 hour, you can kind of see how these kind of liquidity zones are built up as well, within that range. And obviously there is going to be that's probably maybe slightly wrongly drawn, I'm not sure, but sort of broke through there, and then it's also just bouncing off that level for a bit before coming back down. So if I go drop down to, sorry, yeah, what else on here? So overall, the EMA trends have been very much down, but they are starting to level off. It feels like maybe it just seems like it's bottomed out. It's not like, unless it's doing this, well, it isn't. I was going to say, unless it's doing that, that's kind of like bear flagging a bit, and then so after that you kind of expect that, really, if we're patterns traders here, which it's unfashionable to say that now, isn't it? But it's a bit of a bear flag going there, I think, and then down. But it's not doing the same thing there now. That's much more. It seems much more like a recovery. It's kind of ranged sideways, and it's not really doing higher lows or higher highs at the moment. Not on the 1 hour anyway. But maybe that's in the process of forming. Because this candle, it's got another, over half an hour to go, nearly 40 minutes left.
Yeah. So
if that candle can finish fairly bullishly, then we should get a good indication of that in about 20-ish minutes. But yeah, if I drop down to 30, within that, does that tell us much? I feel like we needed another line. Well, to be honest, that's kind of fairly telling in itself, the amount of ranging that's done there. Is it telling? It seems like it should be, because there've been probably orders building during that.
That's probably like a, I don't know, it's 114,000 flat. It's probably a fairly psychological one there, isn't it?
Yeah. Where it is there, it's trying to break above there. There's a fairly dodgy line now drawn in there, support line, but it seems to be wanting to stay above that line. Obviously dipped down briefly, but came up again pretty quickly. I think that might, if it comes back down, that might actually remain as a support line.
Okay.
Which is at whatever that's at, 1135352, whatever, 1135, say around there. So if it breaks above there, I think you're definitely right about the 114 level, because it's definitely. Oh, it's also that, isn't it? It's kind of. Oh, I forgot to draw it. Kind of wanting to break above that.
Oh yeah.
Just made that red. Then I didn't draw that very well, but I don't know. It's around there. Again, that's probably meant that would probably be a box, really. Trying to break through that range. So if it can get through, but if it doesn't, if it comes back down to within there, then it might range through those a little bit. Kind of similar to what it's doing there, but maybe slightly higher then it may even at the moment just be a bit, sense of price being a bit cautious until the FOMC minutes, which are coming out. So I think they're.
Oh, is that today?
Yeah,
it is,
7 p.m. UK
Oh,
time.
okay.
So we could probably expect some price shenanigans at around that time. And in fact, to be honest, that'd be quite interesting to see exactly what it does there. So I guess, because obviously they're not going to be saying what they're going to do about the interest rates, but they might. I guess it's one of those things. It's all down to the language they use, isn't it? If it's hawkish or I don't know, seagullish or whatever.
Was it?
It's not squawking.
Dovish. That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to go a bit further with that, or?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's get down to towards Quantumania, I guess.
So you've got a little retracement thing now on the 12-minute, haven't you? Which it's gone back to.
This one.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's another kind of slightly funny one that's played out, because being a bullish retracement level, so it would have been like up, down, up. So I think it probably stopped because the price was down here at that stage. So what happened there? So because it draws in the dots once it's done, like if it's finished, it's like, oh, I'm out of here. Then it kind of just draws in a few dots to, because quite often that bit just afterwards kind of stays relevant. Actually, nice to see that's pumping it now. But whatever, yeah. I mean, it's pumped up, so it's whatever that did. I guess it was probably right, actually. So the that one was pretty good as well. The bearish retracement. So obviously it was a down, up, came back down, touched the line, and then off again. I think because also you could sort of tell with that it was going to do that, really, because the trends, EMA trend levels were quite level, so you could sort of see that wasn't going to be a major drop down after it had come back down. It's just going to come down a bit, which is kind of what it did. Just came back down, touched the line, and then off again.
Yeah. So to clarify for anybody who's maybe watching this in the future or whatever, with these retracement levels where you've got the red one, what that kind of means is that the price is going down, but the chances are it's probably going to come back up to that level. And if it's the red one, then sometimes it will go down afterwards. Now, that tends to get overridden, if you like, by the EMAs being the opposite way around. So that red one there was quite a good example of where the EMAs were showing that it was actually quite bullish at the time. So it didn't dump after that once it had retraced. Whereas, for example, where we got the green one here, the latest green one. So we got the green, the price went down. So the probability was that the price would go back to the green level and then pump beyond that, because at that point in time, the yellow EMA was above the green one and everything was looking pretty rosy. So these are just working out, even on like a really small time frame, like the 12 minutes, still working out great, aren't they, really?
Yeah, they really are. It's I think in fact, to be honest, that just all of this tied together as well, because like obviously this showing the bullish green background and momentum, that actually caught that long all the way up, really. If you open that position, you probably take profit there, maybe with this bit having played out, you might ape back into the position there again, having kept it open, and then just ride it up. Probably take profit there, to be honest. Because there's also this. Oh no, that's just liner driven, isn't it? But yeah, and then so potentially just taking that, going to be in like 1.5% profit so far. I mean, that, as you're saying, that's just on the 12 minutes as well. So hopefully that'll just keep on going up. So yes, that's a 12-minute. Nice to see that it's broken above that resistance line anyway. So just hope this candle closes. So 5 minutes to go on the 12-minute candle.
Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's looking good.
Yeah. Oh, that was a nice one. Look at that. That's a beauty. What a beaut. Sorry. Just
oh, that that, I think I didn't. I think I did a screenshot of that in the Telegram group, because it was just, it really was exactly as predicted, wasn't it? It was like,
yeah. I mean, that's a nice one to behold.
That's just gorgeous.
It is. Oh, look at that! Yeah. So yeah, because it's got the down, the up. Perfect, because it goes slightly above the line, so that gives you an opportunity to put in the trigger short, which gets confirmed when it comes back down to the line, and then whoosh, beautifully caught actually. What time was that? So it was, I guess it started at UK time at 5 a.m. Came back up there at 2:25 yesterday. So anyone in the UK, that would have been very tradable, very nice. And that was obviously just before the US market open as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
5 minutes before that it came back up. So as a way to actually trade the US market open, that would be kind of how to do it, really, because there's always this kind of waiting for the US to open, and like people aren't quite sure like which way is it going to go today, what surprises are they going to send our way, and like we're expecting the price to rocket skywards or rocket downwards, groundwards or whatever. This kind of told us, so
didn't it?
So that's pretty nice. So yeah,
amazing.
Okay, so that's the 12-minute. Should we drop down to the 3?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm actually quite enjoying this. Sort of systematically going through these things. I'm actually wondering. I know you did have a bit of a few items you wanted to talk about, but I'm actually wondering if maybe we do this with Solana as well when we finish.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Because I don't know, it will probably help anyone watching the stream to sort of get an idea of the process and just see how the indicator behaved with different assets.
Sure.
So yeah, it might be quite a neat way to do it.
Yeah, it's particularly I think around just using the indicator in tandem with just other stuff that's on the chart, like particularly the price, as you'd hope. But yeah, so okay, so very quickly then on 3 minutes, there's obviously quite a lot happening on here. That line, funny coincidence. It's like that there are no coincidences. That this so drew in that green support level, and it just happened to be right on that retracement level as well. So for the bullish retracement level, as I was saying, it's always kind of up, down, and then up. So that's another rather nice one actually. So I think when that started up, you'd probably already be in a long position then, because quite a lot is actually saying go long, like the EMA trend lines were converging, then you get the crossover upwards, and then at this point the bullish retracement is detected. To be honest, by that stage the price is already up here, but it's kind of nice. So it means that at that stage you might realize that we're going to be seeing a retracement. Those are still looking quite strong at that point, but kind of starting to curve around. If we'd drawn these lines in, you'd know that it's gone above this resistance level. So we might expect it to come back down to that, just either come back down and touch that line and bounce away, or come back down. So when you're long, you'd probably want to take profit there, and maybe consider a short to come back down to this level. In fact, down here, this tells you as well, doesn't it? Because you get the red background and the super down signal saying expect some down from here. And also that's kind of what happens. And then, so yeah, it comes back down, touches the line, then next candle just down below the line. So at this point, that's kind of where you'd get your trigger long set up ready, then just whoosh back up. So it'd work out pretty nice. And again, funny enough, coming above that resistance level there, just doing double topped a bit there, isn't it? I mean, sure, it's only on the 3 minute. Probably shouldn't be talking too much about trading on the 3 minute chart, but just as a point of interest, we've got a very low time frame double top going on there. So yeah, that's probably the FOMC minutes. Yeah, 7 p.m. UK time. Yeah, that'll be super interesting. Just how crazy the market goes at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's just Powell doing his speech. It's not like I don't think there's a Q&A, but
yeah,
it's an excuse for market makers to mess around, isn't it?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Yeah. So, okay, should we move on to the? Well, actually, one thing so I'll go on to the Solana now. But I was kind of hoping that you might ask about these slightly funky colours.
I was thinking at it actually. I was thinking, okay, right. So your red candles are kind of like a nice turquoise sort of thing,
something like that. So yeah, I probably should have asked you beforehand to ask me about it. So like, hey, what's going on down there in the convergence band?
oh God, yeah. Actually, yeah. I actually thought that was because I'm looking at that on my bigger monitor, which is actually my old TV, and I was yeah. Oh God, yes.
So you were thinking the colours have gone wrong on your TV, and
I thought my monitor had gone wrong. I just realised now you've got something interesting going on there.
Yeah. So
go on. Tell us then. Go on, tell us.
Oh, okay. This old thing. Yeah. Glad you asked about that.
it looks nice.
And waiting. Oh my God. Yeah. So, yeah, I was just kind of playing about a bit with what could go into the gradient of the convergence band. So these colors here, I changed those just manually in the settings. But what we've got, I mean, so this, I'm actually not sure if this will end up in Quadzilla or not. I think probably something like this at some point. But at the moment, I'm just kind of trying this on for size to see if it works really, and if it's actually useful or just distracting. But the idea, so we've got a bearish gradient and a bullish gradient. So if I just set those back to what are currently the defaults, and I think this would be a bit too overwhelming for actual default indicator colors, but just as a experimental thing to see what happens. So the gradient here isn't based on, so because what's in 1.2 at the moment is that the gradient colors are based on just how close together that the two lines are. So if it's a narrow band, then you get a lighter color normally. Actually, let's bring this is 1.2 just to compare. So on the 1.2 is sort of out there. So when the bands are closer together, then the colors go lighter. Obviously, when they're further apart, they go darker. On here, this isn't based on that. This is actually based on the actual momentum. So just to see if it kind of worked as a way to get a general feel for, what's the price, what's the momentum really doing at the moment. So it's almost like a go on.
Is that like an average of everything, or
kind of, yeah. So the idea is that it would be like almost like a running red-green background thing, but shaded according to its confidence at that moment. So like if it's going to build up to the point where that background suddenly shows, like go long, this might have been sort of gradually turning more intensely green up until that point. So that was kind of the idea behind it, and also the same for the red.
I'm just looking just by my eyeball, and I'm just looking at where it say goes from red to green. It's looking like it's pretty damn good at like picking out bottoms, and
potentially. So it's because what it also does, or the way it decides, I suppose, whether to draw red or green in the first place, is based on the four stochastics. So they do a little bit of a vote between the four of them, based on whether they're slope, like regardless of where they are within the oscillator. They do this sort of just a vote on how many of them are actually sloping up at the time, or how many are sloping downwards. So not so much about whether they're curving round, but just the angle of the direction.
okay.
And so if the majority is sloping upwards, then it's a green scenario. If the majority is sloping downwards, then it's a red scenario. Because there's only four, so if they're equal, then the average, the weighted average, gets the casting vote.
Right.
And then based on that, then so it's just it's literally an average. So it's how did I do it? Just trying to think back. It takes the like for the bullish case, for the green scenario, it takes the four oscillator levels, sort of 0 to 100, so that the momentum strength sort of in that upward direction. I think pretty much just adds them up and then divides by 4.
Okay.
Only the ones that are sloping up. So like that, say if 3 of them happen to be sloping upwards,
Right.
then it'll take those 3 and then it would divide by 3, divide by the number. I think at the moment they're all divided by 4. So this, like every time, so that's something I need to probably work on. It's a little bit of weekend work there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. I like
but that's the idea. It's a work in progress.
that's
So
nice.
yeah, then so I suppose where's an example? So here it's intense, which is nice because obviously we've also got the green backgrounds and the super ups and things.
Yeah.
As it heads upwards, this is getting less intense. So yeah, yeah. The other thing I did was actually flipped the number round so that because obviously the value, the intensity of the color is saying is based on the average of the 0 to 100. So, but then that's flipped round, like subtract the average from 100 to flip it round, so that as these are coming up into overbought, then this becomes less intense because you're kind of expecting that run to play out,
Okay.
to run out. So when that starts to become less intense, you kind of know that if you've got a long position open, you might start thinking about taking profit at that point. Then I guess that kind of happens and it starts to go a bit wavy. So at this point, to be thinking like, do I even want to be in a position at this stage or opening position? Probably not. Sharp drop. You can zoom in. So on there is this one, isn't it? Where did it go? I lost my place. Yeah, I think it was this one, isn't it? So drops down. So yeah, that was then turns red. I suppose for that one it's already happened. So that there's going to be a bit of that, but I think it's because this is in a just ranging state at that point. But yeah, generally, so on this, it's come up that kind of still, so not the most convincing green just there because it's already started to level off a bit, and then it starts to turn red because that's happening. So it turns red slightly before the red background comes in, so you get a bit of early warning. So that I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's not really going to work too well. Widen that. So you can kind of see it turns red there just during that candle, and then you get the red background kind of on the next one down. So it's a slight sort of early warning that things are probably turning. And I mean, you can see it anyway in the way that things are curving around, but it's just an extra visual thing. So yeah, this year, this area, that seems like that's going to be an area that price will come back down to, I think, because just orders waiting, I think probably still there to be filled, so it might well come back, fill those and then bounce away. So yeah, so should we nip over to Solana?
Yeah, so quick look. Yeah.
So I've got some Sol in Blofin, and I quite like the coin M. Is it coin M or coin P? Whatever it is, coin P
Coin
is
M,
coin perpetual or coin M. Yeah,
coin M. Yeah.
yeah.
I do as well. What I don't like is it doesn't show you the profit. Doesn't show you the equivalent in dollars. It just shows you like in Solana, which is all right with something like Solana when you know it's about $200, but when you're doing something else like one
It
of
was
the
like
other,
ETH Bitcoin or something.
like Bitcoin when it's like you 0.00 whatever in profit, you think, well, is that $10
Is that good or bad?
is that $10 or is that $100? It's kind of like,
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah. Is my trade doing really, really well here, or have I made
Yeah.
3 pence?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But yeah, things like Bybit, it shows you the it gives you the dollar equivalent, which I think they should really add to Blofin. But yeah, I do like it. I like the inverse perpetual because if the price goes mad upwards and I'm not in a trade, I don't always feel like I ought to be in one because I think, well, I'm holding the asset anyway. So,
yeah, that's true actually. So yeah, there's a nice thing about it. So even if you just close the trade, then you just not too worried about it, or just don't trade. Otherwise, it is a case of like trying to FOMO into a long position.
Because if I see the price of crypto going up a lot and I'm just holding USDT, it's really hard not to be in a trade.
Yeah,
I find.
Versus just owning the asset, which means you're already kind of in a position. You're in a 1x position.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Sol on the 4 hour. Let's do this. So from here, there's a top. There's a. I suppose sort of there. Yeah, that's got touch point. It's got that there, kind of that there. Bit of liquidity there. I mean, that could go in as a rectangle, as a box for that bit, but maybe. In fact, yeah, let's do that. Let's be radical. So it's kind of from there to there-ish. So, so you can kind of see also that it's kind of built up in these zones a bit as well. And then, maybe Solana's done with that level now, like 176 for a good long while at least.
I think so.
Yeah, because it's coming up, isn't it? Higher lows and so on. But if it did come back down, it might be simply because that's kind of what it did here. So that's kind of a bullish order block that built up to say like buy orders that were building up. And then it came back down, touched into there, filled a bunch of them. Maybe that's it. Now it's done because it was also doing it there a bit. So maybe that's it. Now it's done, or it might dip back down one last time and fill those up before it heads up. However, maybe on there. Actually, don't need the sound effects, do you? Shall I put in a little bit of liquidity there? Maybe something like that. Don't know. That's probably not especially valid. To be honest, putting that one in. But, if I should take it out. I guess it's true then. Should I just extend that? If it lets me. Come on. So there. That's kind of interesting. Just might turn significant again. That maybe. Don't know about that one, that level, because it's kind of significant there and there, but is it that maybe that might just probably have it. And what else? Maybe there, because that there's definitely some resistance that was happening there, isn't there? Along that line.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if it particularly ties in with that, like if there was a range. Just draw it in and try it on for size and see if it makes sense or not. Not sure, not convinced about it. Or maybe, potentially. does that go anywhere over that kind of ties in with that wick ties in? Might just be looking for patterns that aren't really there with that.
Okay.
Searching for coincidences. But yeah, so that potentially could be an area that it'll come back down to and play in that area for a while before heading up. Maybe there's a bit of liquidity just there, kind of. Oops, I was drawing a box. Don't know about that. Is that dodgy, do you think? Not really sure.
It's fine by me, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll put that in as a.
I think you're going to like this when you pop it onto the 1 hour. Actually, I've just seen a few things you might like.
Ooh, okay. That's made me want to get onto the 1 hour now and see. Let's do that just as a reminder. That's it. Okay, let's go and have a look. Ooh, yeah. Okay. That plays in pretty nicely, doesn't it? And
yeah,
is that another one that we can get excited about?
I think so. Yeah, and the one before.
Look at that.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
Blimey, yeah, that one.
That's just how does that happen? But it just does.
It is mad. Yeah, I mean that. Sorry, and that is pretty great, I think, because it's so the down into the liquidity area, down, up. I guess it eventually came back down, all the way over there, like a week later. A week later, it came back down to earth, just exactly as predicted. So, but that I guess I've kind of stretched out the chart a bit, but that move upwards was kind of quite nicely signalled as well. I mean, not least of all by this thing. It's very much like there's going to be a down. Then the down had happened when that showed, but that told us that there was going to be a significant down. Sure enough, into that area, and this told us that there's going to be an up. Then that crossover confirmed that. So if it's I think from the point where that convergence started, that background started to show, you'd hopefully then open up a long trade, a long position, and this showing up would then kind of confirm. Well, to be honest, it would confirm what this is already telling us. These EMA trend lines, that's a strong upward trend, and so obviously starting to look very overbought at that stage, but the continued strong upward trend, and this kind of tells us that there's still a lot of upside yet. Sure enough, up into these areas, up, eventually hits that line. Obviously, I drew that line in because of that top, but it kind of hits that and then don't. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So up, down, up, beautiful, and then that one. So down, up, then back down, up, down, up, just about.
That's great.
And also that one's now in play still. So bearish retracement line. So you could kind of see that. So it had the down, didn't quite get the up. Actually, if I reset, get its proper shape. Yeah. So down, almost that, back down to this. I suppose order block, bullish order block, just there, dipped in, picked up a few more buy orders that were waiting, then kind of up through there. Hopefully that would just get launched up through there, but it's now touching on that line, isn't it? Is a sort of area of interest.
Well, it is, and then you've got the EMA is about to cross over, so
Yeah.
that should go up to the red line easily. You know, well, not easily, but you know, shortly.
Shortly.
Yeah,
I could really see that happening, and then like quite soon, and then so down up, it might come up to some point up here, and then down, or might just touch, because that's what it's been doing with these, isn't it? It's just the down up, touch the line and back down. But in fact, there it was.
Yeah, what might happen then though? You might have like the EMAs crossing. That'll be looking really bullish. So you won't necessarily expect it to come back down once it's met up with the retracement line. You know, so it might just go up further then.
Hopefully, yeah.
But you know, you'd be prepared for that, because you'd probably have just seen the crossover of the 21 and 55 EMAs there. So yeah. I just think this is the best indicator in the world. I really do.
It's so reliable.
It's brilliant,
that's the amazing thing about it. It just calls these things just over and over again.
Absolutely stunning.
Yeah. So I think with this, so that area there, it's obviously quite nicely playing just above that now. So hopefully that level will become support. Then even if it works, even if it has to come down a bit, it might dip down into this a bit, but just wick down into it before heading back up to touch that line. Or worst case, when it hits there, is that it might come back down to here, but just I would think just very briefly before heading up, if it comes down at all. Okay, so that's 1 hour. Let's drop to the 30.
Yeah, let's do that. And I think after that, I might have to leave actually, because I think my daughter might be calling Childline because of neglect.
Fair enough. Where's my dinner?
Actually, she's quite excited about getting the GCSE results tomorrow. So,
so when what day is she getting those on? Or like, is that coming up in the next week or two?
Tomorrow. It's
oh, blimey. Okay.
Tomorrow at 10 o'clock. You know, so but I think she's done well. So she'll be quite a happy day, I think.
Yeah. Just fingers crossed.
Thank you.
But yeah, so it sounds like she doesn't really need any good lucks or anything like that.
Well, no, it's all done now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So 30-minute. Let's try and breeze through these a bit then. Looking good. Not a lot to say about it really. It's just it's because obviously the support and resistance lines that we drew in up on the 4 hour. This is so like mid range between those at the moment. I mean, obviously drew these in as well, but it's just going to continue, I think, interacting with that line or that range, if at all.
Yeah.
You know, it might even bounce along it for a bit longer, but then gradually start to lift off. I mean, at 7 or shortly after 7, everything might change. You never know. These news-driven things sometimes happen.
Yeah, that's only 55 minutes away. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
brilliant.
So then 12. Yeah, that's looking pretty strong, isn't it? I mean, I would see this. So this bullish retracement. I mean, we should probably try not to disbelieve what the chart is telling us. You know, because so that could well mean that it might, when it drops down into here, it might wick down to that level, to 181.5. But having said that, everything's looking so strong. and that might have simply appeared in response to the red background that appeared. Yeah. So if it's kind of this is saying, momentum starting to look a bit tired, we might see a drawback, but this is responding saying no. it's carrying on up. So it could well just be that. That would be a nice long to be in at the moment.
I know. Sadly, I'm not actually. I was the other day, and I was underwater for a few days, and as soon as I got back in profit, I closed it, and I thought I got away with that, and I thought I'd leave it alone for a few days.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Unless anyone's got any questions, I'm probably into calling it a day, actually, if that's all right with you, Maff.
No, yeah, I think we've covered a lot of ground there. So
yeah, I know you had I know you had a few topics you wanted to talk about and stuff, and but it's always good to have.
I think we actually covered them. To be honest,
okay,
that was pretty much it. Yeah.
What I was going to say, for anyone who is watching, Maff has done some excellent articles on Medium about using this indicator. The link to actually, I could probably put the links to the actual articles themselves, couldn't I?
That'd be good. Should
I don't think you can do that. I think it won't.
I can't. I wonder if I could paste that in just to you in Telegram, unless you got it right there.
If you do it in Telegram, then I can pop it in the chat now, and then if you can do that, that'd be great. Where are you? There you are. And yeah, but oh, okay, cool, right. It's very clever, all this interweb thing, isn't it?
Yeah, remarkable how it works, really.
I mean, I don't know.
I remember well, I actually remember telegrams. Well, I don't really. It's didn't quite go back that far.
I don't think I've ever seen one, but I was aware they existed. So, right, that's that one. Was it? There's two, isn't there?
Yeah. So that's the this is the tutorial. It says about the retracement pattern.
Oh, okay.
So lots of nice details in there. I think, to be honest, from there, if you just click into there, and that's me, and then you'll find the other articles. So there's an intro article, and then additional tutorials will start to appear about different parts of Quadzilla.
Perfect.
And I'll be probably also posting articles generally about trading and things as well, and about the state of the world,
Okay.
But also, while you're there, if you wouldn't mind hitting the clap button, give me the clap. if you don't mind.
I
comment on there.
I can do that. I have to be logged in, don't I?
Yeah, it's it's a bit strict like that. But also to point out, this it allows you to clap 50 times, which is ridiculous. But so if you wouldn't mind hitting clap several times, that'd be pretty great. And then it helps. It'll actually draw more people through the old algorithm to this page, and then hopefully more people to Quadzilla, and hopefully more people sign up.
Yeah,
should be good.
Because as brilliant as this indicator is, I'm really surprised we've only actually got about 34 people who are using it at the moment. Anyway, but I'm sure it will increase. Right, I think I'm logged in to Medium, so just try and remember who I am. I might have to do it. No, it's right. I have several different personas, but right. So I'm just having a look. So right,
these are the voices you hear in your head. Yeah, there are 5 of them, you say.
Right, so I'm following you, and I'm going to. Is the clappy thing at the bottom?
I think it's at the top. It might
it?
it might be at the bottom as well. Have a look. Yeah. It's
Oh
at
yeah,
both
yeah.
top and the bottom.
So 1, 2. Oh yeah, you can. Right, I'm giving it. Oh, I've
Giving
given
it
it
the clap.
20, 25, 27. I don't know, 40 foot. There you go, 50 claps. And
Whoa, nice. Thank you.
I'm gonna go. Thanks, math. There you go. Right, so I've done my bit. So if everyone else can do that as well, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And
So that appears
yeah,
straight away. Yeah, and a comment.
So you got 83 claps now.
That's pretty great. I can now clap up your reply.
Is it?
It's sad, isn't it? But yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
stop
what is
waiting.
that? Do they actually call it clap, or is it? Oh, it is clap as
Yeah,
well.
they do. Yeah.
All right.
Got 18 claps. Or you have on your comment.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Brilliant. Okay, right. I'm going to say goodbye. And so thank you to everyone who's come along today. I know there's only like 9 watching, but I'm pretty sure it will. But we've got to start somewhere, haven't we? You know, and I'm pretty sure this time next year it'll be thousands. And
well, I hope so. Yeah,
it'll be amazing. And and you know, Quadzilla will be known the world over, and everything will be fantastic. You know, I honestly think it's brilliant. I really do. I think it's the best indicator I've ever used. So there you go. So well done. Anyway,
thank you. Yeah,
right.
Thanks for supplying it in the first place, the original version.
Well, thank you, whoever. I don't know, the mystery person who. I know it was that John Curisco fellow who came up with the idea of the 4 stochastics, but I think you've just taken it to a next level, really. Well, levels beyond that, you know. But anyway, so for anyone left still, please do like the stream on your way out. For anyone who's watching this in the future, just leave a comment below. Do come along to the channel. We've got like a free Telegram group you can join. If you want to get the indicator, you go to savercrypto.org/QZ. That will redirect to like a form, and it's just, you know, a couple of simple steps you need to do to get it. And then once we've got your form, a couple of things I need to check there, and then as long as I'm awake, I will add you to the. Well, I will give you access to the indicator, and then you've got it for free. I mean, I think one day we'll have to charge money for it because it's so bloody good. But like at the moment, you can get it for free. So you know, please do come along and get it for free. And thanks very much. Tell your friends, and I think that's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him.
Yep.
All right. Right.
Bye. Yeah.
Take care, everyone. Bye. Okay.